paid a couple of guys to demo some space up here on the second floor. Like in the front room, this closet's too narrow, really worthless. I'm going to reclaim that space for the bedroom. And this wall was in pretty bad shape. Been covered over with paneling on the second room side and patched in with drywall, and it was pretty much garbage. So I just had them just clean these studs off completely, and then we're gonna redo it from there. And as far as the rest of the room, then also, as you know, it was this whole room was the same problem. And of course I still have to fix that spot in the ceiling, but that closet in the corner there, that's going to come out too. Maybe, we'll see. But so while we're at it, I had them also got this bathroom, and we got that cast iron tub out of here because this has to change. That electrical box can't be in a bathroom. I'm going to have to make this smaller and make that like closet space on the back side there or something. And so, you know, we just pulled down again because it's just gonna all have to be redone. So having done that, now is a good time to fix the one problem that most older houses have, I'm sure, and that's the settling issue. And if we look up at this transom, we can see how the gap is cockeyed on here, because that this side over here is lower than the other side because of the settling. And since we've now probably taken well in excess of a ton of plaster and lath and the tub and all, I'm sure it's more than a ton has been removed from up here. Be a good time to address this settling issue, and that issue of course takes us down into the cellar and the support beams. Down in the cellar here is this beam that stretches from the foundation, which is where the front door is, and runs across here to support the first floor joist, but also it supports the load-bearing wall and the floor joists on the second floor, because that's where the stairway is going up to the second floor. The rafters obviously can't cross that space, so they end at the load-bearing wall that's above this beam. And this is carrying all of that weight to this part of the house. So what I've got to do is I've got to get some idea of what we're looking at here in the way of settling. And visually it kind of looks like it's already settling at this steel beam lolly jack that they put in under the beam here, even before it gets to this first wooden post. But what I've done is I've attached a little piece of wood over there at the brick so that I can set the end of the 4-foot level, and then mark a level line, see what in the world I've got, at least in the first 4 feet of this support column here. I've had to move some old doorbell transformers and these wires up out of the way, but yeah, geez, worse than I thought. Alright, well, I am level at that point. So, right off the bat, the first 4 feet from the brick, I am that far below, and that's almost an inch, pretty close to an inch, I'd say, below level. So yeah, this thing's gonna need to be cranked up. Now, yeah, since we're that far off, alright, good, that came out. I'm that far off already. Let's just see if we can get an idea from here. And I got more staples. I'm going to have to move them out of the way. But just in. And then we're roughly at that point. We're level. I'd say we're a good inch down. So what I'll have to do, I'll have to go, I don't have a rod, I'll just use my pipe wrench and crank this thing up. But with that much distance, this whole process is going to take some time, because you can't force the house into that much of a shift all at once. You got to ease it into the position. So what I'm going to also do is, roughly a foot from to the left of this post here, I'm going to put in another one of these metal jacks or columns and get that up under there, and then about a foot on the other side, get another one on either side of that, and see what I can do in the way of lifting all this section here. I don't know if I'll be able to get away with doing that without going the full length of this post or beam. I might have to, well, I know I will have to put supports on either side of that beam down there where that outlet is. That's what the sump pump plugs into. There's old Mr. Sump Pump in the floor. So I may end up having to buy a couple more jacks and make something to go across another beam, and try to get across that space over there to lift it all at one time. Out of curiosity, I am going to just try turning this one here and see what kind of response I get. Kind of creaky sounds might get made. Yeah, probably. This is the way it's gonna turn. Oh yeah, already hearing a little popping going on. Yeah. Not bad so far, but let's just turn a little bit and see what kind of reaction we get. And just out of curiosity, see if that had any impact on our level line. Set this back up and we'll get it to, that looks pretty level. Already affected it by 1/8 of an inch. So it's low. Oh yeah, it's already brought that up a little bit. Now I'll get the other column that I got and get that in place, and we'll see what if I can get that tightened up and see what happens. I have the first post in place, and what I've got here is some wood that I put down to distribute the load across this floor, which one probably isn't exactly level and two isn't very thick, so if I try to put too much load in one spot, it'll probably crack. So this wood arrangement here helps to distribute the weight across the larger area. And I've already cranked on that thing, and so far all I got pops and snaps out of the that support wood there. But I'll do the same thing over on the other side of this wood column and try to take the weight off of that, try to level up this much of that beam And if I manage to lift this post up off of its little footing there, I'll figure out how much to put under it, and then I can lower these temporary supports here, and then we'll move on further down the line. So let's go ahead and get the other column in place. And yes, that's with the screw at the bottom. That's the way the instructions say. Put the round part of the thing against the wood support, so that's what I did, and not the other way around like this one is. And I don't know if it's that big of a deal. This old one's got a more substantial metal plate to put between the post and the wood beam than what the new one does. So by putting the bigger tube up against the wood, again, that helps distribute the load across the surface of that beam. And so that's where we're at. So moving on. I've got this second column in place, and got it leveled up. Close enough. That way is pretty good. So not to be too perfect for this temporary installation. So now I'm going to start to crank on these screws, see if I can get any pressure off of this post here. Hopefully raise it up actually, and try to get this beam leveled. I don't have any luck with that, then we're going to have to go down further and try to get some support further down the line here, and try to raise it all up at one time. So we shall see. But as I said, I can only raise it a little bit at a time. Let the house acclimate to the change, and then crank the screws some more, get it up higher. This whole process could take several weeks to get it level across there, and hopefully the idea being that transfers not only from the first floor but then up that load-bearing wall on the first floor, holds up the floor joists from this point to the outside wall because of the staircase that's roughly under here going up to the second floor, and of course the wall that's in the second floor, which also the ceiling rafters and go from that point on are supported, so everything is supported right here. A lot of weight. But now's the time to do it, and see if I can get this leveled up. and hopefully it won't be too difficult, but like everything in this house, it's not been particularly easy. Yeah. Anyway, I've added a third column here to support this beam. I didn't want it to feel unsupported and bypass the whole uplifting feeling that it will get with the raising of these posts, because part of the issue is that this post on this end here is the footing, the ground underneath it is in pretty bad shape, and I'm probably going to have that this whole area dug out, dug down, put in a footing and a new support, concrete support to hold up this end of this post. So I'm going to have to get the weight off of this beam anyhow to get that done. So I put this third one in here next to the sump pump. Hopefully that'll be enough to support the beam as it's removed, but I am going to contact some people and get them out here to look at it, give me a price, and see what has to be done for that. So third beam. So I will give these all another crank, and then I'll get the level after it and see where we're at, but it's a slow go process. And so alright, well, we'll just do a little cranking here, and see if we get any pops and cracks out of our little effort. And it don't matter where I grab this thing. Oh, doggies. Really feel the pressure on this one now. Oh yeah, hear a little reaction. We'll just give it a little bit more motion. Yeah, there's some more popping. Alright, that's probably enough on that one for now. Let's get down here. I've already relieved remove the weight off of this post. It's rising up. Hopefully it won't become a full-fledged revolt. But yeah, where's a little flat spot there. Using the crescent wrench, keeping the pressure on it so it doesn't bounce around a lot. Using the rubber mallet here to keep from dinging up the handle of my crescent wrench. Just twist this thing around. Let's go get this one here now, get a little more pressure on that beam. And that'll be the extent of it for today, I think. And we'll go ahead and get some more on this third one while we're at it. I doubt that we've affected that yet, but yeah, I think we're getting making slow progress here on this end of it, and I'll get the level, take a look to see where we're at. But also I'm checking these floor joists here. I gotta take that out of the way. Probably was something, because I think there was an entrance here to the basement for the coal deliveries, and probably held that open when that existed. They never removed it, so I'll get the claw hammer out and get that pulled off, and then I can run the level through here at a couple different places. I'll have to make some kind of a tool to extend down, set the level on to bypass some of these pipes and things that exist further here. But yeah, we'll make sure, her little crack there, make sure that we're getting this thing leveled up, and once it's leveled up, I'll figure out how much of a piece I need to stick under this post here, and then I can take these out of the way, or at least this one, I suppose, until I get this part leveled up, and then hopefully we can get the weight off of this post that's here, and be able to dig this out and get a new support base underneath it. So, well, the furnace has come back on again, and the sump pump's going to want to run, so let's just go ahead and that go. But alright, I think I'll end this chapter with this at this point, as I get to where I can make some more changes or do something with the contractor and digging this out, and then that'll be another chapter, part 2 of this saga.